Good morning, guys, and happy Tuesday. As you can see, I actually started my makeup, and I don't like that. I normally like coming on here with a fresh face, but I was not planning on vlogging. I'm just doing my little makeup right here, doing a little here, put some dots there, and then I saw the vlog camera out of the corner of my eye, and I was like, oh my goodness, why not start a vlog? Because I don't plan these things. It's very, very sporadic for me, I guess, since it's not my full-time job. So I kind of just pick up the camera when I want to, and I guess in this moment I want to. Taking my Bye Bye Under Eye Concealer. I get so many questions about what concealer I use. I can promise you this is a good concealer because I wouldn't do anything less with the under eye bags. And listen, I get a lot of questions about like, what is up with your schedule, waking up so early, you live a crazy life, do you plan on always doing this? And the answer is absolutely not. No, I do not plan on always doing this. For now, it works, right? Like, I don't have kids. It works with my schedule to an extent. Because trust me, I dream of living a normal life. And as much as when I first started reporting, I was like, oh my gosh, I could do this morning thing for the rest of my life. No, that's not happening. Because that was when I moved to Dayton and I really didn't have a life, right? And like, it was very easy for the crazy hours to fit in with my schedule because I didn't have a schedule. I didn't have anything I was working around. I didn't have a social life. I didn't have friends. Going to bed at 6 p.m. on a Saturday night, perfect. And oh my gosh, that actually sounds like heaven. Now I do have a social life. Like, I have a life that I've built, and it definitely gets in the way of the morning shift. And it just stinks because I consider myself to be like a very healthy person. I put a lot of emphasis and priority on working out. I eat healthy. I love just being healthy because of the way it makes me feel. And I've always had that mindset. And right now, what really stinks is like, I mean, I skim through every article or every single thing I see that like when it says like how to be healthy and like sleep is in bold is on like the list of things, I'm like, I don't want to read that because I know for right now it's not in the cards for me to have a perfect sleeping schedule, and that is an area where I'm slacking and where I'm not healthy. So it definitely stinks that I could just feel my body isn't as healthy as it should be or as I want it to be. For as long as I'm on this shift, that's just how it is, you know? Like, there's nothing I can really do about that. It's just the way it is. But I really do look forward to the day when I don't get tired so ridiculously early, because this weekend we went to a wedding and I was so exhausted by the end of the night, like to a point where I just feel like I never knew what this level of exhaustion felt like until I started working these crazy hours. It's not just being like, oh, I'm a little tired. It's like, I need to get to a bed now, and the second my eyelids close, I will slip into a coma. Like, no other way to describe it. But the reason I do tolerate it for now is because of my job, and especially even like days like yesterday was so much fun. I was previewing Cirque Alcatraz, which is a prison-themed circus. And it was just such a fun morning. At one point, oh my gosh, I'll just have to show you guys. I can't even explain it. These two guys who were like the comedians were throwing popcorn at me, and you'll see what happened. One tonight is at... Okay. Okay, I caught that, and I'm just gonna leave on a high note. I'm leaving on a high note. Back to you in the studio. At one point, they were all doing flips over my head, and they also did not speak English, so they could not ensure me that they weren't gonna kill me. It was kind of just like a little nonverbal smile communication type thing, and it did work out. Oh! Okay, oh my gosh. Okay, thank you so much, guys. We're good. We did it. We survived. And I didn't even need a nose job. I was thinking that was definitely going to be in my future. Ryan, we did it. Even though you didn't do anything. No, you just stood there in safety. But yeah, I mean, how fun is that? Like, I feel like I even take it for granted. Like, some people are just sitting at a desk all day, and that is what I got to do yesterday morning. Like, that's so freaking cool. Whenever I see rain in the forecast, I secretly get so excited because it's an excuse to break out the rain boots. I actually have no idea where I got these. These are legit like a decade old, but this is this outfit actually looks pretty awful. It really does, but I promise, maybe, hopefully it'll look better on air. I don't know. And I love how it's just one little 40% chance of rain at 5 a.m. and it's a whole rain boots day. Listen, I'll take any excuse I can get. All right, I'm at my live shot. Time for the makeup touch-ups. And really, that just means powder, a little bit of lipstick. By the way, guys, can I just say, if you have been debating going for the gold with the middle part. You've lived your whole life with the side part. It's just how it is, just how you grew up, like myself. Then this is your sign to get one, because I was debating so hard saying I don't think I could do a middle part. I think it's gonna look weird. And I asked you guys on Instagram, you guys freaking delivered. I love you guys so much. And most of you guys told me to go for the gold with the middle part. I decided, you know what? My YouTube subscribers know everything, and they're just so in touch with like fashion, style, what looks good. I'm just gonna listen to them. And I am so in love with the middle part. Particularly, I was very nervous for what it would look like when I straightened it, just because I didn't want to look like, I don't know, like a creepy, I feel like sometimes people could look like just creepy and it just looks bad. But I asked for angles and layers so that it gave my hair like, I don't know, some like depth, so it's not just like, and I think that really helped. Like, as you can see, we've got the angles, and I've had hairdressers tell me before, like, they don't want to do this type of hairstyle if they somehow, for some reason, think it looks bad. They said something about, like, looking like Jennifer Aniston from Friends, if that makes sense to any of you. I don't watch Friends. I've never seen it. Yeah, fun fact about me. But I like it like this. Like, I think it adds a little bit of bounce, and I'm so happy because the real test of time is when you wash your hair yourself, and oh! As I was saying, the real test is when you wash your hair yourself and you have to style it, because when you walk out of the hairdresser, it's like, oh, perfect. But then sometimes you go home, you wash it yourself, and you're like, oh, this is not gonna work. So I'm so excited, so happy, and I love my new haircut, which I feel like never happens, but hey, I'll take it. It's how you present yourself. What you wear says so much, and it gives you so much confidence, and that's what Dress for Success is all about. This is the horrible before. Take a good look. And this is the after. And I feel like it doesn't even look that different on camera, but guys, I just did a full deep cleaning of the apartment where there is not a dust mite in sight. I mean, she is a beauty. I can promise you our shower does not always look this clean. Neither does her sink. And our mirror is usually very questionable. Does anyone else get like the toothpaste all over? It's not good, but right now, it's great. And of course, we must celebrate with a candle. Sorry I abruptly stopped vlogging yesterday, by the way. I had every intention of continuing the vlog, but I came home and Zach is really sick. Like, he's been sick for quite a few days now. He went to the doctor, he took a COVID test yesterday, came back negative. Right now he's going to another because he's just in rough shape, and I feel so bad. And actually, if you guys remember at the very end of the last vlog, it was right after the wedding, I told you Zach, woke up and was just not good. He was sick. I mean, it is like almost a full week later and he's still not good. And we have another wedding to go to in less than 2 weeks. So he wants to just get tested again, make sure it's not COVID, because the worst thing you could possibly do, obviously, is go to a super spreader event. I mean, the amount of people he'd be seeing and in contact with. And I believe they say that if you do test positive, you have to isolate for 14 days. Ultimately, if he tested positive, we would not be able to go to the wedding, which of course is a bummer, but at the end of the day, people's safety obviously comes first. So that's one of the reasons that I decided to clean the apartment, just because it's hard when you live with someone to not get sick. Actually, that's my blanket. I need to tell Zach his is in the washer right now because we have separate blankets now for the couch. I don't know, like I feel like I'm a sitting duck over here. I'm gonna get sick any second. One thing I did want to bring up is a podcast I was listening to this morning called Call Her Daddy, which I've mentioned this podcast in one of my YouTube videos before. Got a lot of messages from people saying they were shocked I listened to that podcast, because if you don't know, it's a sex podcast that was originally created by two girls, I hate saying women, like women just sounds, I don't know, so old, so matronly, but yeah, two females, okay, in their 20s, and then eventually they had a huge falling out. One of them took over the podcast. So a lot of you were shocked that I would listen to such a thing. The answer is no, I really don't. I actually tried listening to Call Her Daddy 3 years ago. It was right when I moved to Dayton, so I guess 4 years ago. I remember I was laying in bed and I listened to podcasts when I fall asleep. Like, it just helps me fall asleep. And I'm like, oh, everyone keeps recommending this podcast, Call Our Daddy. I really didn't know what it was about. Clicked on one episode. I had to turn it off in 2 minutes. Like 2 minutes. That's how long it took. It was awful. It was so horrible. It was just like these, I'm not trying to be mean, but it's just not my type. Like, it was like these two girls who were like trying way too hard to be so vulgar to the point where I'm like, no one talks like that. Like, the whole purpose of the podcast was like, oh, we're being real, we're talking about things no one talks about, we're going there. But it's like, that's not even what I say with my friends. Like, we don't speak like that. Like, it was like disgusting almost. Anyway, so I hated the podcast. And then the reason I started listening to it was because I wanted to know about the friend drama, to be honest. That is how I got into it, where I was so intrigued by that friend drama. And now the podcast is kind of taking a turn where it's, I don't know, it's just like a random celebrity interview podcast that I really don't listen to a lot. But the host, Alex, posted on her Instagram that the new episode involved her getting caught photoshopping a picture. Instantly, boom, click it. I need to see what's up. Listen to it this morning. It's just, this is something that just always bothered me, and it mostly bothers me for the people who do it. And here's why. So she talked about the fact that, yes, she does edit her body, or she has in the past. And this is something she's denied before, by the way, but she finally came clean because she uploaded a photo from her birthday. You can't tell it's photoshopped, but then her friend uploaded the original. So you have two photos to compare, and it went viral that she had photoshopped that photo. And the podcast episode was actually really great. I mean, she was talking about the fact that it was not good that she did it, and she was encouraging people not to do it, but she was also saying everyone does it, and she was speaking to a random friend, and the friend was like, oh yeah, of course I do that. And I'm just sitting there like, what? No, not everyone does that. I have never in my life taken a photo of myself and like tried to transform my body. Granted, of course I do different edits, you know, there's a pimple, that's gone. If my teeth aren't looking white, yeah, I can whiten my teeth. Those are some edits that I'm okay with, which is interesting. It brings up the point, like, why is teeth whitening okay, but other things aren't? But it's like transforming your body. It's just not healthy. And I know someone in real life who, oh my goodness, different human on social media. And I actually haven't seen this person in years. So as far as I know, it's like just this person on social media, but I remember from when I knew her in real life how different she looked in her photos and the extent that she edited them, where she just snatches her whole body, legs, arms, waist, everything. And so I truly think that's what she's been doing, but my mom knows this person as well. And my mom is like, oh my gosh, I think so-and-so got all this plastic surgery, yada, yada, yada. And I'm like, no, Mom, it's literally, she edits her photos, and then on the stories, she uses those insane filters. I mean, she could have gotten plastic surgery, haven't seen her in forever, but I know what it is. And the thing is, when you do all this stuff, guys, it turns into a point where it's like, there's no going back. Then you have to keep up with the editing. You have to continue it. And then eventually you realize you can never post a photo of yourself. You always have to post a photo of this other person who you're pretending to be. And then, God forbid, your friend wants to take a photo on her phone. How do you tell that friend, hey, by the way, can you do this, and that for me? Because that's who I am on social media. So yeah, I just honestly feel like if this is something you have done, it's never too late to stop. And it's just another good reminder that what you see online is not real. And we could say that 1,000,001 times, but like when your brain, your brain can't connect that in the moment. You're just seeing a human who looks amazing. There's no connecting that that's not real. But anyway, that was just a random food for thought. Oh my God, speaking of food, darn it. I've talked about this before in my vlogs. Today's a meal prep day. I love meal prepping. It's amazing. It gets me like 6 lunches. I normally do 6 for the rest of the week. But when the meal prep day where I actually have to do the prepping comes, I'm not a happy girl. To settle down. Oh, that was not a good fall. I don't get around, but there's something that's a lot of veggies. About you, I like. Oh, these are not dry. They're not dry. Darn it. This is actually such a bad day. Did I tell you guys I completely wiped out while cleaning? Because I completely wiped out while cleaning and found a piece of asparagus under our couch. Something about you I like. I get too drunk and too scared and lie to you. If only you knew I would die for you. One of us gotta say the obvious. Nobody loves me better. Nobody. And there you have it, zucchini and yellow bell peppers for 6 salads. And I'm about to eat one of these right now. And this is the finished product, my ideal salad, which I don't even think you guys can tell. It's like bigger than my head. And personally, if a salad isn't bigger than your head, like I just don't even know why you'd want to eat it. So we've got lettuce, cucumbers, tomatoes, yellow bell peppers, zucchini, chicken, and then balsamic vinaigrette.
Alright, what's up YouTube? I guess Clancy has been filling you in some on potentially why I sound so stuffy at the moment. I've not been feeling too great, and I know when she was last talking with you guys, I know she was feeling okay. We were really hoping that she would not get sick, but it seems like we might have taken a turn for worse here. We'll get to her in a little bit. I've been sick now for about 6 days straight, 7 days straight. I mean, I went to the doctor. She said it wasn't strep. She didn't test me. It was weird. I went to a new lady. Not to be rude, but for a lack of a better term, she wasn't super helpful. I don't go to the doctor very much, so maybe this is something that people can comment on if they do go to the doctor a lot. Like if you see a regular physician or you've got a consistent doctor, maybe it would make sense. Like that's when you may be able to get medicines easier or whatever else, but I just don't go to the doctor very much. I don't get sick very often, and whenever I go, I get basically told just to leave. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like they're like, oh, if you get worse, come back. Like if you start to get a fever or you feel like you may die, yeah, come back or call 911. It's like, it's super odd. I don't understand why that's my scenario. I don't get sick often, so I'm not using my insurance very much. I'm basically just paying insurance companies for no good reason. It seems like I get punished for not going. I feel like if I was a consistent goer to the doctors, and if I saw someone consistently, then maybe I could then go get medication easier. I mean, this lady saw me for like 5 minutes and basically then just told me to. It was weird. But it happens all the time to me, and I think my mom always asks why I don't go to the doctor, and this is why. No one ever helps me when I go to the doctor. It's they take one look at me and say, fight it yourself. So I just end up never going to the doctor half the time. But so I went to the doctor. She said that I should go get COVID tested. I did find an at-home test. They're basically really hard to find right now in Ohio or in the Cincinnati area, which I'm sure it's the same nationwide. That tested negative, which was very good, reassuring. I'm hoping this is just a bug and not the Corona kind or the Delta kind. But then just with still feeling sick and whatnot, I went to Walgreens where you do it yourself and they send it in. So I'll get those results here in a few days to see if that comes back positive or negative. I've just been slowly feeling better day by day. It's like been very small increments of trying to feel better. But yeah, it's tough. Right now is just a scary time to, one, either get coronavirus or two, just get sick, just because everything in the news, and it's kind of in your face right now. I mean, I could just have the flu, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to do what's best to be safe. I have not been out. I've not been going into work. Maybe we'll go in and check on Clancy here to see how she's doing. She's stayed home from work today. We've just been trying to mend our illnesses together. Oh, Clancy.
Hello. That actually is the epitome of our lives. You constantly coughing and like I'm just sitting here. It hasn't been good, guys. Like, it's really not good.
How are you feeling right now?
Actually, a lot worse. Oh, guys, it's actually a few hours since the last time you saw me when Zach was vlogging and he came into the bedroom. I tried to pick up the camera and start vlogging and talking to you then, but it just was not good. Like, I was really not feeling great then. I don't even know where to begin. I've never experienced this before in my entire life, where all of a sudden I was hanging out last night after my nap. I woke up and I was feeling fine. My nap wasn't really as long as usual because you guys saw I was doing a lot of cleaning and cooking after work yesterday, but that was whatever. I woke up, I was feeling fine, and I was going to go to the gym like I normally do. Decided against it just because I told you guys, I think briefly yesterday, like I did take a big fall yesterday when cleaning, and the whole like left side of my body was hurting. So I was like, all right, maybe I shouldn't go to the gym. Whatever, I'm gonna do some work on my laptop. Well, about 30 minutes after I started working on my laptop, all of a sudden like I started blinking, and I was noticing like I couldn't really see the screen because it was just lights everywhere, like bright lights. I was seeing bright lights to the left, bright lights to the right, and then they were like clouding into the screen, like the display of the screen. And I was kind of like blinking like, oh my gosh, like I can't work. Like, what the heck is happening? Closed my laptop and was like, that's weird. Started looking all around, and I could see, like, if I was talking to Zach. But if there was any type of screen, such as a phone, TV, my computer, no, I literally couldn't see at all. And then, I want to say like 5 minutes after this realization, the worst pain I've ever experienced started setting in my head. An awful, awful migraine, where I've never had a migraine before in my entire life. You hear people talk about them, like, of course, I've heard how painful they are, but like, oh my gosh, I never knew. And I feel so bad for anyone who has to deal with this on a regular basis, because it feels like someone is taking your skull and just crushing it over and over and over again. Like, there is no stopping it. It's just like, do, like pain. And it was awful. So I was dealing with that for a couple of hours. Finally, at 8:45, I decided I just had to go to sleep. And that's early for me, even with my schedule, just because you guys know I nap. I normally don't go to bed till like 10 something. So got in bed, and then I decided I have to call out for work tomorrow. Like, there's just no way I'm going to be able to go into work in just a few hours. And I was also getting a little bit of anxiety about, I hate having to cancel all my interviewees the morning of. Like, they set their alarms, they wake up, and then they see a text saying, never mind. And I don't know, it gives me anxiety to ruin someone's, I almost said to ruin someone's life like that. No, to ruin someone's schedule. So I called into work. I really just sent an email, and it was hard for me to even type the email and see what I was sending, because at this point I still couldn't see a screen. So that was weird. I normally, like, I send like a sentence. I think I just sent to my manager's not coming into work tomorrow sick. Like, something like weird, like where it was not a complete sentence, but I did not care. I was laying in bed for like 25 minutes in a lot of pain. Finally, I was able to go to sleep, but then I woke up about an hour later. At this point, the pain was a 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. Worse than it had been. I didn't know what to do. Like, it's like you almost start going crazy with the pain, where I immediately, like, I asked Zach to get me a bag of broccoli. I just thought that, like, I needed something cold on my head. Like, I can't explain it. Like, at this point, you're in so much pain that you just need to do something to soothe it. I did take ibuprofen. It didn't work. It didn't help, and I couldn't take any more because I was over my dose. Like, I took 2 pills. I can't take any more. It didn't even put a dent in the pain. Not even a dent. So I put the broccoli on my head for like 2 minutes before just giving up on it. And then finally, thank the heavens, I was able to sleep, and I slept for 12 hours, which is a lot for me. I'm not a 12-hour sleeper, but I just slept and slept and slept and slept. And when I woke up today, I have to say I felt a lot better. And really all day it's been like a dull pain, which I can take the dull pain. That's what I'm experiencing right now. And even as I'm talking to you guys, that I guess I think I laughed like a minute ago, or like bobbed my head. That's painful to me. So that's a little bit weird. And overall, like, I don't know. Zach was saying, like, I'm probably sick. Maybe I am, but, like, I don't know. Like, I don't have a fever. I don't have a cough. I don't have a sore throat. My throat is starting to feel a little bit sore, though. I don't know if you guys can hear. I'm starting to get a little not great when I'm talking. It's probably a little irritating to even listen to. I'm sorry. So, yeah, right now I'm debating about work tomorrow of if I'm sick or not. Like, calling in, I know it shouldn't. I know it, but it gives me so much anxiety of just letting people down. And, like, the thing is, I was the only morning reporter today, and I'm the only morning reporter tomorrow. So today we just simply didn't have a morning reporter because of me. Tomorrow, if I don't go in, I don't know what will happen. But of course, if I am sick, I'm not going in. The whole thing is right now I don't know if I'm sick. I don't know if this is just a migraine, an isolated incident. Like, I have no idea. I feel like absolute crap, but it's not like sick. It's not like fever. It's not sick. It's just a migraine. I don't know. For me to call in sick 2 days in a row, that's a lot. And actually, the last time I did that was when I got my freaking, vaccine. That was not good. So, yeah, right now I'm just laying in bed. What time is it? It's 5:07. And I don't know. Honestly, just me talking to you guys for 6 minutes, I feel like tired from it. I don't feel well at all. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Wow. I cannot believe I willingly put up content in which I look like this. Like, I don't have to be uploading right now. I don't have to be filming, but you know what? I feel like if you guys made it to the end of this video, then you are a true friend, and I really, really appreciate all of your guys' help. A lot of you guys have been helping me on Instagram, so thank you so much. The update is I ended up staying home from work today. It was more the fear that I have COVID than anything else. Don't get me wrong, I feel like absolute crap. It feels almost like I hit my head really hard the other day, and now it's just like recovering from a fall. And I know I was editing this. I know I did say I fell while cleaning, so I didn't hit my head, and I actually didn't hit a lot of my body. The injury was a twist. Like, I caught myself and twisted. I did not hit my head, okay? Because that's very ironic that I was talking about a fall, and then I'm like, I wonder why my head hurts. Didn't hit my head. Obviously, I thought of that, but no, not at all. So yeah, it's just this really dull ache in my head still. I was able to sleep about like 9 hours last night, which was amazing. And I don't know what this could be. I'll be honest, it's a little bit concerning anytime you have like a head thing. Like, I'm not gonna say anything, it's scary a little bit. But sometimes maybe our bodies just are telling us to slow down. Who knows? That could be what's happening. Like, I've been really go, go, go lately. Like, I can't remember the last time I just decided to stay home on a Friday night. Like, I feel like we're constantly doing things, and I don't know what's going on. I know I'm leaving this on a little bit of a cliffhanger, but I'm actually gonna end the vlog here just because I really, really just wanna rest today. I don't even wanna have to worry about continuing this vlog. I just wanna edit it, get it up for you guys, and then of course, you know, I'll tell you guys what ended up happening in the next vlog or bring you along the journey. Of course, Instagram though, that's where you guys know it first, so be sure to follow me on there. Thank you so much if you made it this far. It really means a lot to me. Yeah, I seriously just feel like absolute crap right now, so that's my cue to go. But I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.